Roblox is selling their company to Google and Sega? Well, not really, but Rules has said that in the past for April Fools. And today we're gonna break them all down because all of them are pretty crazy. So please subscribe and stay tuned because all these might shock you. So let's actually start with the one that you probably heard about, being that Google is buying Roblox. And this was actually their first ever April Fool's joke. So in 2007, Roblox made like a post on April Fool's saying that Google's officially buying them. And not only that, they actually did so much extra stuff to kind of make this troll seem more believable. So number one, they released the infamous or famous logo, combining the Google and old Roblox logo at the time. And then not only that, they even faked like a stock market image back in the day, showing that Google price and like the price of Google stock went up since they bought Roblox, and it was just like a fake screenshot to troll people. And not only that, but they even bought the domain Gooblox, which would have been the name if Google actually bought it, .com. And that domain still works, and they still own this. So if you go to gooblox.com, it'll just redirect you back to Roblox. And they did all this stuff to try to troll the community and make it more believable. And obviously back in the day, since this was like their first time doing an April Fool's joke, a lot of people probably did actually believe this for a second. And there's a few more interesting stuff about this. Like, they mentioned how they bought them for $380 million, which is pretty crazy. And what's even crazy is that they even joked about the $380 million price tag at the time, because obviously Roblox wasn't as big as it was. And they literally said that the $380 million price tag was to just show it was a joke. However, if Roblox said that now, it would be more believable because, they're worth billions of dollars. But it's pretty crazy how they kind of, spoke that into existence. And in general, for their first ever April Fool's joke, you can tell Roblox went the extra mile, making the logo, doing the stock, even buying the domain name and stuff. It's pretty crazy. And from this point on, they would kind of continue doing more April Fool's jokes throughout the years. Like this one, for example, in 2009. And the 2009 one's kind of a bit of a mystery because there's like a few different posts about it and it's kind of confusing, what was going on. But to my best understanding, this is what happened. So Roblox gave people, or you could buy for free, this item called the mysterious purple box, and it was like a gift box kind of. And number one, the gift box would just change colors throughout the day, so it went from like purple to red, and throughout the whole day it kept changing colors. And then apparently when the box opened, they were awarded the iconic like duck hat. And then in combination with that, a lot of people are saying that Roblox games during that time were like raining ducks for some reason. There's only like one video available on this, but as we can see in the games, that duck item that people were awarded started raining in games, which is a bit confusing. And at first I thought this was just like the developers behind the game potentially doing it, but if they're using the official like duck model and it wasn't revealed until the end of the day because it was in the box, then this probably had to be Roblox, if you know what I mean. This one was a bit weird and confusing, however, it had something to do with this. And I think the main troll was around this like mystery box because it kept changing colors and it kept confusing people like what's gonna happen with it. And then from this point on, Roblox kind of took a break from April Fool's jokes for a few years. And I mean, not to mention the elephant in the room being the 2012 April Fool's incident, which if you aren't aware of somehow, was the actual biggest hacking in Roblox history. And that time, the Roblox website was actually hacked, but I'm not going to go too deep into that today. And with that, Roblox bounced back in 2013 doing another official prank. And this one is a bit weird and different, because what the prank was that they changed like names on the forums, which was like an old Roblox thing, they used to have forums, to like random memes and stuff. As we can see here, these are the name of the forums and they changed all of them. So we can see stuff like My Little Pony and just random stuff like that. And a lot of these are like pretty old memes just because this was like that time, stuff like the Harlem Shake. And it was just a very like random troll. But also with that, apparently like two Roblox staff members also announced that they're going to be launching like a new open world Roblox game, and Roblox is going to become like an open world game. And they even made an official place for it, but right when they joined it, would say that it was a joke or something. So overall, 2013 was a bit weird, but nonetheless, it still is pretty cool to see Roblox do stuff like this. And with that, next year, Roblox did another pretty big troll. So the main thing they did in 2014 was upload a video called The Future Is Now. Now the title does say April Fool's Day, but I'm not sure if they changed it after. But basically the gist of this video is literally David Baszucki just saying the most obscure updates that are coming to the platform that were all jokes. And the main joke was just saying that they're going to be switching everyone's characters to cats. I don't know how they came up with that, but that was a troll. And also with that, they created like this popular game that was just like a big troll in general, so it would have just like random stuff in it. Like for example, this was a thumbnail of the game, and as we can see, it just has like the most like random stuff in it. And overall, they're just kind of trolling the community by announcing like insane updates and stuff this year. And with that, let's get to 2015, which they didn't do much this year, but they still did something. So firstly, they released like a new hat, which I'm pretty sure was like the same hat as one that they released last year. But the joke was that they said that, oh, it was like a totally different design or something like that. It's kind of weird what was going on there. And the whole point of the hat was basically saying like, you want old Roblox back, so we brought back old Roblox by releasing the same hat. It was kind of confusing what they're going for, but I kind of understand it. And then also with that, they released this video basically saying that they brought back old Roblox, and it was just like showing how older Roblox was, and then people kind of got mad at this, I think, because they were like, oh, we actually do want old Roblox, so people are kind of mad at this troll, it seems like. And in general for 2015, their jokes were a bit confusing and weird, but I can kind of see what they're going for. And with that, let's get into 2016 where they did another troll. So firstly, for this year, they released that same hat that I showed you last year once again. So they released that hat in 2014, 2015, and 2016. And every year they say it like is different, but that's like their running joke because they're just releasing the same hat. And they all are different items. And I think they costed like 1 Robux, or this one costed 1 Robux, so it wasn't anything too expensive. And then with that comes a troll of Roblox saying that, you know, they're gonna be coming onto the Sega, which is kind of what I mentioned in the intro. So they released this article back in the day saying, check out the new console Roblox is expanding to. And then it says, here at Roblox, we're always striving to bring our vision of the world's best imagination platform to every platform available, but there's still a myriad of consoles and platforms to explore. We're not content to just go after the newest or most popular ones. Roblox should be available on older consoles too. And then they announced that they're going to be coming to Sega in 2017, and that's kind of the joke here because the Sega is a really old console. So instead of bringing Roblox to newer consoles, they said that they're going to be bringing Roblox to older consoles in the future, and it's obviously just a big troll. Now there was this screenshot linked with like the post, and I saw a tweet about this recently too. I don't know if this was just like a mock-up or a real image they used, but it's kind of hard to tell because the web archives of their blog posts don't really have the images because it's a bit broken. And it doesn't actually end here. This year they also did another kind of troll where they made like a fake bad game and pretended it was good. The game was roll up 10,000 stairs for Super Admit Obby Dreamland. So they're kind of just mimicking like those super poor made games that are, you know, just made in like 3 seconds and they're poor quality. And they wrote like a whole article about it and they did like a bunch of reviews on it, and they kept saying it's like the best game ever made, just kind of trolling the community. And with that, Roblox kind of took a break from doing April Fools jokes for a few years. But in 2019, they came back and did a troll with the Roblox, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you heard about. And basically what this was that Roblox announced they're going to be launching their own console, and they even made like fake images and stuff, and it's called the Roblox, not Roblox. And I'm pretty sure they even had like a fake pre-order link and everything, and they went like the whole 9 yards with this one. And then with that, next year they kind of redid the same thing where they kind of went with the same joke but actually released it as an item this time. So they kind of did, you know, the same joke over the course of 2 years, but 1 year they announced the console and the next year they released it as an item. So kind of just a running joke on Roblox. And with that brings us to 2021 where their joke was actually a bit failed this year. So Sharkbox here made a good video on it at the time where basically what they were doing was that over the course of the whole day, they kept changing and updating the app icon to a bunch of different things. As we can see in Sharkbox's thumbnail, he shows them all off, you know. One of them, they switched the colors, they made it rainbow, they added like a weird avatar to one of them was like glowing, and it was very weird what was going on. And the reason I'm saying this one was failed, I mean, number one, Sharkbox's title is even saying it's failed, but the reason I'm saying this one kind of didn't land is that they didn't really say anything about this in like how they usually do and say it was like an April Fool's joke. So a lot of people were just confused thinking that Roblox actually updated the logo, and a lot of people were just confused in general, like wondering if their app's broken and stuff. So this joke didn't really land this year, but looking back on it, it's actually pretty cool. And some of the logos actually don't even look that bad. But then with that joke in 2021, that's kind of their last April Fool's joke probably ever. Ever since then, Roblox has launched the Roblox stock, and we've seen over the years they turned into a super, you know, corporate and money hungry company that doesn't really interact with the community anymore. So that joke in 2021 is probably the last April Fool's joke they're ever gonna do, and I would be surprised if they ever did one in the future. And the only April Fool's jokes that we get nowadays are from the actual games themselves. But that's kind of why I want to make this video, to kind of look back on some of the more fun things Roblox used to do, and kind of the good trolls that they did back in the day. And speaking of which, if you enjoyed, check out this video to find out why Roblox kind of feels boring right now, and I'll see you in the next one.